Today I messed up by letting someone rob me. So, I just go rob today without a gun. I was selling a Nintendo Switch through Facebook Marketplace. I had a guy willing to pay my asking price but wanted me to meet him at his job. He was willing to pay $10 extra to meet him. I went to his job and meet him in the back entrance. He looked it over but wanted to test it with a television. I went in the door and waited while he tested it. He came back and said his boss wants me to wait outside, so I did stupidity while he had my system unattended. He called and texted me back a few times saying he's helping customers and he'll be right out. After about 15 minutes I said enough is enough and went inside. He was nowhere to be found. I asked the worker there and he said there was no worker by that name that works there. I asked him if he knew the guy that had my Switch and he said he was a regular customer though. He said the guy went across the street to Subway but I looked and he wasn't there. I knew at this point I've been robbed. I called the police and they said they'd send an officer. I guess they were too busy to stop by but they did call. They got my information and told me to send screenshots of the conversation to them and they would get back to me. I feel so stupid that I falled for this. I can't believe I let the guy take my Nintendo unattended without me being there. I messaged the guy later through the Facebook account since the phone number he gave me was discontinued. He's playing dumb saying what am I talking about and I paid you for it. I don't know why he's playing stupid. I guess he thinks I'm sending these new messages to the police as well. I told him I'm pressing charges unless he gives me back my system or pays me the money he owes me. I doubt he will though. I also doubt the police will be able to recover my system. It's going to be a painful lesson about not letting people have the merchandise until I've been paid. Too long. Didn't read. I let a guy test a Nintendo I was selling without me being present and he took it and ran. New update, I did a little more research and I was able to get some more information. I got some pictures of him and a court record and mugshot. He was just arrested for theft by swindle or trick, $250 or less. This will definitely help my case. I'm going to call the police with this new information and this will definitely help get this guy arrested for this crime. Today I messed up by being a complete horny idiot. Not a native English speaker, excuse any typos. Here it goes. Hot day, taking a shower in the afternoon, my wife chilling in the living room of our apartment. As I am showering, I get some sexy time cravings. She was a bit tired from work, so how about coming up with something new to impress her? The single most stupid idea comes to mind: get my dick hard, put a ribbon on it, and present myself in this fashion to her. I take the cord from the kimono she uses when she gets out of the shower, I get my mini-me strong and ready to go, and make a beautiful black ribbon around it. Really proud of my handiwork. I am ready. I change the tune to that famous striptease song we all know, turn the music loud, and make my presence known in the living room, only to see my wife's face in complete shock. To my defense, since I was listening to music in the bathroom, I didn't notice that a neighbor, female, just came in, with her new glamorous wine glass she ordered, showing it to my wife, because we are also looking into buying a new set. The moment my neighbor also sees me and my ribbon-wrapped gift, she releases a short scream and drops the wine glass, thus ruining her newly bought set. In complete horror, I try to quickly fled back to the bathroom, only to stumble and fall, thus adding even more dread to this already embarrassing moment. A few hours have passed now and my wife just can't stop laughing. I, on the other hand, am too ashamed to even leave the apartment anymore. We live in a close community. My neighbor must have told her husband why she returned home with no glass. It will be hot news on the block. Thinking about selling the apartment and moving out right now. Too long. Didn't read. I walked in the living room naked, with a ribbon-wrapped erection, only to find out we had a guest. Today I messed up by thinking I was in a relationship for 6 months. During what I believed to be a normal text conversation with my boyfriend of over a year today, he mentioned that he had a bunch of sexy things like lingerie in his Amazon list that he was never going to get to buy or use with anyone. I responded by asking, "You don't want to use them with me?" He responded, "No, I didn't plan on that." At this point, I took the strong hint that he didn't expect us to be physically together again. That's a weird thing to tell your girlfriend. I told him I thought we were in a relationship. I thought we'd been together long distance for 6 months with plans to live together again once he moved for work, but apparently we were not actually together at all during that time. I bought and sent him birthday gifts, always looked for one of his favorite snacks at a certain store he doesn't have in his area to send him, wore some his clothes I still had at my place, underwear included, flirted, and told him I cared about him for 6 months. We were never super big on explicit I love yous or anything like that, so I had no idea anything was off. I noticed he was texting me less often, but when I asked about it he always said he was extremely busy with work, Navy. I felt a little ignored but was doing my best to be supportive and understanding. I've never dated a guy who didn't immediately ghost me or trash talk me after the end of a relationship, so I took his friendship caring about me as a person the wrong way. He said he felt awful about the misunderstanding and didn't realize that I thought we were still together. He'd been chatting with me as a friend, and I was chatting with him as a boyfriend. All my friends and family thought we were still together, and now I have no idea what to tell them. I'm so embarrassed. We've made arrangements to send each other's belongings back sometime, and I think we both learned a lesson about communication. I feel like an idiot. Too long. Didn't read. I thought I was in a long-distance relationship for 6 months and found out I wasn't over text when my boyfriend told me he didn't plan on getting sexy with me again.